Okay guys, so in this video I'll be showing you how to add your all your formwork elements that we created as families in the previous video to your structure. So basically use formwork whenever you've got a concrete element. So in this case, suppose that we've got in our project a two-level building composed of concrete elements. So we've got our columns, we've got our slab, and we've got our beams, and we want to add the formwork elements to them, right? So these formwork elements are the ones that we created in as families in a separate video. Now let's start off with, say, your columns. Now first thing is that you've got to load your families. So to do that, you go to Insert, and then go to Load Family, and then you browse to where you saved your families. So I'm gonna browse to here. So we can load our vertical posts for the beams, our beam formwork, column formwork, the column prop, the slab formwork, and the plywood for the slab. So we can do that. Click open on each, and given that I'd already loaded them before, it would ask me if I wanted to overwrite. So I'll click on overwrite existing version and its parameter values. So you gotta keep doing that for each and every single family that you created for the formwork. So once you're ready with that, we can start placing our formwork elements. Now to do that, go to architecture. So once everything has been loaded, go to architecture, click on component, place component, and then you get this list that appears in your properties panel. So you can choose out of these, which families you want to sort of insert. So we'll start off with the column one, right? So as you can see in 3D, I can't place the formwork anywhere, and a reason for that is because we specified that this was a face based formwork, right? A face based family, which means that it's got to be attached to a face, right? So as soon as I hover over a column, I can sort of insert that. Now the problem with that is that it's located in the opposite direction, right? So I want to flip that. To do that, just use your space bar, and as you can see, it flipped. So I'll add one over here. I'll add another one at this face, and then that face, this face, that face. So you just gotta keep, repeating that. So we'll fix that in a second. Let me fix that, sorry. And then go back to component. Yeah. Okay, so once you're ready, so once we have all these components placed, okay, so I want to place it here. We gotta play around with the dimensions, right? Because as you see, the dimension is not correct. But given that we formed these as parametric families, if you remember from the previous videos, we can play around with the width and the length. Now this column that I've got, the width of it is 600, right? So I need this plywood to be around maybe 620 in 620 wide. What about the height of the formwork? Well, it has to comply with the height of the column. So if I go to, say, one of my elevations, let's go to north, and for this column, what I can do if I'm not sure about the width and the length, or if I'm confused, I can use my ruler over here, and I can measure the width. So it says 600, and then the height, again the height is from here to the bottom, and that's 4,000 mils, which is 4 meters. So I can set these up, and the way I would do that is I'll click on my formwork, and then I'll look at my panel over here. So on my left side, I can see that the height is set as 1599. I can set that to 4,000. As you can see, it extended. Now maybe increase that a bit, go 4,050, maybe even a bit more. Well, I can increase it from here, maybe just a bit. Alright, so this seems to be good enough. And what about the width? So as I said, maybe around, because my column is 600, so I'll put 650. Just for cover, for your reinforcement, of course. So this is what we would end up with if I go to my 3D. If I have a look at it, this is how the column formwork now looks like. Now, instead of actually repeating that for all of these individual elements, what I can do is I can just, do it for one. So just place one and then copy it. Copy it to the other columns. So I'll just delete all of these, the ones that I inserted first, and I'll go, okay, this is towards your north elevation, so I can go to my, well, I can actually do it from here. So using your cube, select the one that you want to copy, and then go copy, and then make sure it's at the corner, and go constraint. So this way you constrain it so that it just moves in the horizontal direction, and then click on that. So as you can see, it moved it to the other side of the building. Now I can keep doing that for all my let's just delete that. I can keep doing that for all my for all sides of the building, right, up until I've got all my columns for level 1 covered with these formworks.